Hi, everyone, and welcome to Friday. So here's our cute little dog for today, and he's so studious there with his little computer and everything. And let's make that dog laugh a little bit because he looks very serious. So my first question is this, or my first joke: why are dogs like phones? Because they have caller IDs. How about this? Why do dogs run in circles? Because it's hard for them to run in squares. What do you get when you cross a sheepdog with a rose? A cauliflower. Okay, let's go ahead and get on to bigger and better things. Now we are on to a check your progress today. You're going to go ahead and we're going to go through this pretty quick. And then after we're done with the check my progress from your book, you're going to go ahead and take the small assessment that's in the packet for the week. So right now, if you could go ahead and go to page 857, and we'll start with the vocab check. The first part says state whether each sentence is true or false, and then replace the highlighted word to make it a true statement. So there's two parts to this, so we make sure we do both parts. Number one, a triangle with a right angle is a right triangle. Is that true or is that false? Well, if it has a right angle, it is definitely then that is true. So you can write the word true on here. And I'm just going to put a T for now to make it easier. Number two, a polygon that has 5 sides and 5 angles is a hexagon. Is that false or is that true? That is false. I know that a hexagon, because of the X, has 6 sides and 6 angles. I also know the word to change here. If I have 5 sides and 5 angles, I have a pentagon. So we would put pentagon here. Pentagon. Number 3. And that is a letter A there, friends. Number 3, an octagon is made when 2 rays share the same endpoint. Remember, if I draw, here's my ray and an endpoint, and I have another ray, they're saying this is an octagon. You're saying no way. So that is false. But what is created when you have a ray that has the same endpoint is a vertex. On our concept check, it says describe each shape, determine the number of sides and angles, and then classify it. I first will count my sides, and I know I have 4 sides here, and that means I have 4 angles. This particular shape, though, has nothing that's parallel or of equal lengths, so this is going to be classified as a quadrilateral. It's a QUAD, quad, and then RI, quadra, and then lateral, LATERAL. You may have to go back in your papers to get the spelling. On number 5, I'm taking a look the number of sides, and I have 1, 2, 3 sides, 3 angles. I know then that this particular shape is a triangle. If I had to, on number 6, describe the attributes of the quadrilateral below, I know a quadrilateral has the 4 sides. If I want to give some attributes, I could say, looking at this particular quadrilateral, that my opposite sides are parallel and they are also of the same length. If I measured this, it would be the same as this side. I also, for a third attribute, may say there are no right angles. I'm going to turn the answers on real quick. And I did want to check My friends, Mrs. Swint made an error. Up here where it says vertex, I want you to take your eraser. And I want you to erase, 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 because that is not a vertex. It is, the vertex is the point, but that was really an angle. And I don't want to cause any confusions here. But if I had an array here, an array here, both the connecting endpoint, right? This is the vertex, but they're asking what is it when you have both of the, when you have two rays, this creates an angle. So please make sure that you have the correct term there, and we'll make sure we have that all correct on your papers. On the next side of the paper says problem solving. A triangle is a musical instrument. Circle the phrase that best describes the angles of the red triangle. If I take a look at my angles here, and I have three angles because I have three sides. I've got an angle here, here, and here. Now, circle the phrase that best describes the angles would be this. All angles are greater than a right angle. All angles are less than a right angle, or one angle is equal to a right angle. In this particular case, there are no right angles. So all angles are less than a right angle. Rhonda created two differently named quadrilaterals with toothpicks. Both quadrilaterals have sides of the same length. So that's important. This is important. And the question they're asking are, what two quadrilaterals did she create? We're going to use our smart board on this one, and we're going to show what she created. So she had her four toothpicks, and she created these two shapes. They're both quadrilaterals. The sides are pretty well close to the same size. But this particular one is going to be a rhombus. And this shape here, we would call a square. So my two quadrilaterals are a rhombus and a square. And that's what you would write on your line right there. Brain builders, we have Cole. Cole says that the quadrilaterals are polygons, but not all polygons are quadrilaterals. Is he correct? When we think about the definition of a quadrilateral, we know a quadrilateral is anything with four sides. This could be a quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral. They're all polygons. So a polygon can be a polygon can be a quadrilateral, but not all quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is always a polygon, but not all polygons are quadrilaterals, because if you have other shapes, for instance, that's a polygon, but it's not a quadrilateral. I could have a trapezoid. That's a quadrilateral, but it's, I'm sorry, this is a polygon and a quadrilateral. I could have, this is a polygon, but it is not a quadrilateral because it's got six sides. So you need to know that in this particular question, quadrilaterals are polygons, but not all polygons are quadrilaterals because they may have more than four sides. Number 10 is three picture frames are on a dresser. Two are shaped like squares and the other is shaped like a trapezoid. How many sides are there in the frames altogether? So that's my first question. The second question is write an equation to show how you found the number. Well, it says two are shaped like squares, so I could certainly illustrate this. I have two that are squares. And then the other shape like a trapezoid. How many sides are there? 4 plus 4 plus 4. My equation would simply look like that. 4 plus 4 plus 4. You could have also written this equation another way. Instead of using repeated addition, I could have said 4 times 3. Either way, your answer is the number of sides would have been 12. Test practice, Mr. Corwin drew 4 shapes on the whiteboard. Which shape does not appear to have a right angle? My hint is the right angle always has the perpendicular lines. This has a right angle, so we know this is good. This has a right angle. All right. This has this has 4 right angles along with the square. So it would be B. That does not have any right angles. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to do your little assessment, and you guys are going to do fabulous. And I want you to make sure you have a great weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye.